Hey guys, welcome to Farming Simulator 19 on Greenwich Valley Farm. So, luckily my headache is gone from yesterday. That is probably one of the worst headaches that I've ever had before. Absolutely brutal. I cannot explain how that felt. I felt so rough last night. I had everything turned so low. Recording, streaming, it was okay, it was manageable, but after that, it was, no, I couldn't. I really couldn't. Actually, initially went to bed really freaking early. And just laid there, not messed around on my phone like I usually do, just laid there, just drifting off to sleep, and I may have slept for a little tiny bit, and then got back up. But it was pretty much past at that point. Oh yeah, we need all of the stuffs again for this. Crap, we need fertilizer, we need seed. I'll show this down. So, with that fantasticness aside, obviously I'm feeling okay today, thank God. And Seasons dropped. Seasons is obviously on console today. You guys can see the time and the date up in the top right hand corner. We've got that back now. So, you see what day it is that dropped today for consoles. So I am getting, is this seed? Yeah, that's seed. Getting ready for the plethora of, how do you do this? Because Seasons from last year is pretty damn different, actually. I haven't got any skid steers or anything. I never picked anything like that up, apparently. I think I didn't pick anything up because I was not too sure if I was going to go telehandler or skid steer. I think I had this on Shamrock, so we'll probably get that back again. For now, we'll probably just go with this. And we will put in the cheater money for that, as we had it in the previous save. And I am buying it back, as I simply forgot to get it, apparently. On the pallet fork says it's like 800, so man, we'll waive that one. Do I even have a low loader? I'm pretty sure, almost certain I do. I do. It's here. That's right, because of the contract there, which was missing a crap ton. That's right, so I've got to get that done. Nearest waypoint drive course. And we'll have to probably go through and fix a lot of that. So pull this thing down. We're damned if we do right now, we're damned if we don't, because the... And that's got GPS stuff switched on still, so we'll switch that off. There we go. The Steiger is incredibly slow on the road. The Fergie is incredibly slow. We can't get... This is obviously here, so it's a case of we're having to just only fertilizer. So either way, we've got to go down to the store and pick up the John Deere skid steer. So, we will go back to how we used to be doing things. Let's get the recording window. And we will see you guys down there for the loading of the fertilizer and seed. Buy a couple of pallets of seed. Wow, we'll... Actually, I might... Oh no, I'm different. We'll get the bags of seed. I honestly prefer that to the pallets now. I really do. And obviously, fertilizer is fertilizer. So we shall be back. Alright, coming into the yard. My pause button pulls up the easy development command stuff, so I'm going to have to sort that in a minute. Once I've paused it, I'll change the hotkey to that, I think. So that's going to be a pain in the rear end. We'll drop this down. Switch off the payment. Alright, so yeah, Seasons is updated. So fundamentally what's different with Seasons that you can tell right off the hop. Menus. Some of the menus are different. I think they've messed around with some of the weather stuff. They've obviously done a crap ton of stuff under the actual mod itself. The animal stuff, that's changed, so we've got new menus there. Yeah, new menus here. I obviously haven't got cows or sheep or anything yet. We will be getting sheep ASAP, because we did have sheep on this map, and we were actually doing quite well with them. This one, crop rotation, has changed up. We have Plan A, Plan B, and then over here, that. Obviously, that will disappear, so you got those two that are there. I don't know if they've changed much else. I think they have the percentage numbers. For any of you that are wondering about what is the crop rotation thing, if you guys are on console and don't know, honestly, there's basically values of what will do better. So you can't do canola back to back because the yield will get less and less. So if you mix it up, for example, my Plan A is cereal, so that's, I believe, 1.20 above yield because it was fallow ground before, which the game starts you off with. Canola is a oil seed, so it's still going to do really good. It's 1.20. Cereal 1.14, oats, and then cereal again, barley, and you can see it's a lower percentage because I've done 2 cereal back to back. But then when we go back down to oil seed, it's 1.20 again. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Basically, mix up the crop until you get a good percentages. And the way I do stuff is I've got Plan A is 2 fields, and then Plan B, where it's got more profitable crop, is the bigger field. So that's how I personally do it. Everyone's mileage is going to vary for that one. And that's the way I look at doing the crop rotation stuff. Obviously, if you're doing something to a area that is actually grown in that area, you could probably dial it in a bit better, like corn and oats, and flip-flop between the two. Or corn and soybean, sorry, not oats. And flip-flop between the two of those. Alrighty, pallets. We'll only get a couple of bags of seed, and I'll quite happily buy these legit, because we do have 3 already there. We do need photo laser bags, or big bags here. Which does the big bag mod here have? Big bag seeds. Does that have fertilizer? Yeah, it does. These are supposed to be really good, from what I understand. I think these are the. I never used them, but are these? What are they under? Or are they under miscellaneous? I believe it's this stuff, where you can literally make the bags yourself. I don't know a thing about them, but apparently they're supposed to be good. What the hell was that? Oh, it's the Anderson stuff. Okay, back to what we were actually doing instead of getting sidetracked, as I seem to be doing of late. So, that is 1,000 litres, 60 of that, or we can go with... I think the stock ones are too... Oh, might as well go with that modded one then. Let's have a look what that's all about. So we'll go with a couple of those. I'm really not too sure how big the tank is. Actually, we'll go with 4. And hopefully this thing can lift it. Because this skid steer is on the smaller side, so it may not be able to lift it. So if that's the case, we will get a forklift for down here, and it'll be one of these ones that stays at the shop. Is the way I typically do stuff, if I end up having to get a forklift. I can see me ending up... I'm almost certain I had a front loader for a machine on here. I'm surprised I didn't. But I can see me getting a telehandler at some point. And I think... Actually, I'm pretty sure I did have a tractor with front loader, and that was the class 4000, and that was down at the sheep. If memory serves correctly, I had the small... Initially, I had the small MB truck down there. I'm just worried that it's not going to be able to pick those things up, honestly. Out of the two skid steers, although this is a John Deere, the other one from Black Sheep, the Massey Ferguson, that came out first. Because that can have a real weight on it, it's physically bigger, it's physically heavier. I kind of prefer that one. Unless I will go into this thing at some point and make it a wee bit heavier. Honestly, at times think the center of mass should probably be shifted on this thing towards the back of it a bit to give it a bit more counterbalance. It may already be there. This pallet's just that heavy. With these pallet forks, it's what, let's say 5.5 ton, which is still pretty damn heavy for this little small thing. All right, moment of truth here. Fertilizer is heavy, and I do have that realistic weight mod on. How realistic it is, I don't know, but it does make stuff way heavier than it is. These bags aren't full. Interesting. Oh, I can pick it up. Perfect. It's not happy about it, but I can do it. And ideally, I want to leave some room for the skid steer itself, obviously. Come on, let go. There we go. It is a nice unit, this thing. That's the thing, I like how, although it is lightweight, I do like how small the thing is. It is very nimble. Yeah, a decent bucket on it. It'll... Come on. Come forward. It will do well. There we go. It just is hella slow too, but skid steers generally are, I would imagine. They're not going to be race cars. I wonder if I'm even going to have enough room to get the skid steer back on. And that's another one. Yeah, we should have enough room. If I pushed the first pallet I put on over, would have left more than enough room, which I could go and bump over. Now, yesterday I had every intention to record 2 videos, but I couldn't. My head was pounding way too much for that. No, another thing that's actually going to be interesting that I just thought about is, yeah, sure, I've got these pallets, but am I going to have enough room, well, enough lift to lift him up for the Valistad with this thing? May end up having to get that tractor sooner than later. Like, obviously I can't do any of that stuff right now until I've got grass and we've got bales stored over there. There should be enough room. Alright, we'll get this up and we'll head back down to the yard and we'll see you guys there. Alrighty, so we are back. Had a quick look at the hotkeys and I've got the pause function to be like Shift Control F11 and that's still overriding the just simple F11 for the development thing, which is very strange. Surely that wouldn't be a thing, but apparently it is. Can I overtake this truck? We're going for it. So the load that we've got on now is probably one of the most legit loads I've ever put on a friggin' this thing, as far as the way I've done it. So we'll come out here. Obviously it was a pretty self-explanatory what I've done, but here's what I've done for this thing. We got it on the dovetail part of the trailer there. The arms perfectly, well, I say perfectly, somewhat perfectly go through the center of the ramps. It has moved around as they do. I think this is the field I want. No. That's this one. And it's held itself pretty good, considering they never properly stay on the trailer. They always move around the vehicles, unfortunately, it seems. And I've not been driving like a complete dink. Switch the lights off as we're off the road. Want to maneuver this ever so I can actually get through the gate and not have to worry about thunder. Moving it again. Alright, shut down. Those ramps should be coming down. There we go. Well, that may have some issues actually. Lift that up. So what I'll do first is we'll quickly run around and grab the seed that we already have. I'd rather not use what we have on there. That's those pallets that we've got, obviously, is more anyway. So we'll run around, grab that, put it on a bit of cruise control, lean back on our beacon. Not that it matters because we're on our own property. Go hands-free and finish drinking some coffee. Which is almost stone cold at this point. So I don't know how it's going to work. I think it's map dependent. And let's be honest, most of the maps aren't going to just update for one contracting mission. There are snow clearing missions which will be part of seasons, but again, it is map dependent. So all of these maps that are already out, unless the mod author decides to update them for that function to work properly, as far as I'm aware, it won't. The likes of this map, the likes of Oxy's, I'll almost guarantee right now Oxy will not update his maps for that. His new stuff will probably have it, sure, but he won't my guess, update his current maps for that. And some of you may say, why? Hassle, honestly. If it's passed right now and it's no major issues as far as Giant's End goes and your guys' end goes, what's the point of throwing it back up to Giants for them to possibly look through it and go, oh, we missed something, we're going to fail it now? Yeah, screw that nonsense. So, my guess is he won't. I can't speak for anybody else. I can't really speak for Oxford and David. I just, obviously, after all these years of helping him out, working with him as far as maps and stuff, I kind of know what he'll probably end up doing. But I am kind of curious to see what those snow contracts are. Whether it's like clearing roads and stuff like that. My guess is what it is. And one of my favourite parts of seasons is just messing around with snow. We've got snow on the ground right here, now, where I'm at in Canada. And to be quite honest with you, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But, I don't know, I've got, it's fun to, if you're in a machine at least, even when I've done it IRL up at Bill's T Max's place, helping him when they've had some bad snowstorms and I've happened to be up there at the time, I've helped him clear the cemetery. It's fun. It is hella fun. Would it be fun as a job to do? No. To come in every once in a while and do it? Yeah, it's great fun. It's amazing fun messing around with I say messing around, but using heavy machinery. The stuff he's got isn't what you'd call huge by any sort of shape of the imagination, but it's still heavy machinery. It's awesome stuff, it's fun. Who doesn't like playing with stuff like that? Probably the same reason people get into construction and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a job first and foremost, but you're playing with stuff as a kid that you'd never think you'd operate real life. Yeah, it's fun. And I've got very limited time behind that stuff, but God, it's fun. Yeah, it looks like we'll have enough height. Perfect. I know we won't have enough height for the actual seed, which is a pain in the ass. Oh. Oh, that's freaking fertilizer, that's why. Good lord. I love the startup sound on this machine, it's phenomenal. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement on that machine, but good lord, it sounds so good. Yeah, we're just gonna have to fill it up like that, unfortunately. Oh crap, that takes a lot, doesn't it? Oh, screw it. Let's just go drive it over. I wasn't going to, but flock it. Now, something I've noticed on YouTube, and I don't know if it's because of the whole Copa thing and people set on their channels as for 13 and up, or people are just going through a thing of, because they're so busy, the channels I'm watching at least, where they are, what they're doing, they don't give a shit. They seem to be saying that a lot. And before, people would be literally channels blurring that out a lot. Will it disappear? Oh, okay, we get the frame still. Okay. I wondered how that would work. But yeah, I've noticed people are saying that a lot more, and for me, part of the, I was loosening up with my PG-ness before the Corpa thing, and for me, personally, I guess I've definitely loosened up a lot more after seeing that. Now my thing is, I used to watch. Well, I say I used to watch. I still do. Channel. Many of you may or may not like the channel TJ Hunt. Content channel. They used to swear like no tomorrow and that stuff, and it was anything under the sun, I would say, basically. I noticed recently, all of a sudden, they become like bleeping it out or whatever, and that was before the Copa thing. So I kind of got to wonder if YouTube algorithms picked up and they were getting demonetized, or whoa, what's that? Sorry, or something along those lines. I don't know, but he got very clean, very quickened then about that. And it's one thing, like for me, you get some people in life and they'll just do it to try and fit in, to be cool and stuff, but if that's just part of you and who you are, and you just say that stuff, I've never seen the point of filtering it. With me, that's who I am. Like, you see, if any of you appeared on TeamSpeak, you'd probably be running away with your ears wanting to be cleaned at times, because we are brutal on TeamSpeak. We have no filters. That's for damn sure. And I ain't that bad on YouTube. Don't think I ever will be, but I've just something I've noticed. A few channels that were usually fairly squeaky clean lend stuff sly. Maybe they're missing it too, and it just happens a lot of people are right now. Or because of that thing in their channels are meant for 13 and up, they're saying, well, why are we editing that stuff out when we could be saying it and that's us, sort of thing. Something I've noticed. And for me personally, I've always hated when people bleep that stuff out or blank it out, and it makes the video not feel as fluid. It's one thing I've always found. It's like songs, when you hear on the radio and you hear swear words. I understand they have to bleep it off as radio stuff, but they cut it out. It just doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. Alright, so at least we got run off of that tangent there. But let me know. It'd be interesting to see your guys' opinion on that one. Or maybe you guys have noticed it too. It depends on the content you watch too, right? I was going to go off on a different subject, but back onto that. For me, I watch a lot of car channels where they're younger guys, so they're going to be doing that stuff. A lot of firearms channels. That's the type of content I really watch. I don't... People seem to think I watch farm sim content. Probably because I make it. I don't. I generally don't. I'll appear in people's live streams and stuff every once in a while, but that's literally as far as that goes. So, moving on from that, we have got some farming done. The necessary evil of loading that crap up onto that. I hope I can get rid of the skeleton frames of those pallets. I would imagine I can. Probably just have to take it to the store and it would disappear on me. Because I can't make fertilizer, so I don't see... Unless it's for buying it in bulk and then you can turn it into bags. And I ain't going to be doing that. So we'll have to see on that one. Get your guys' help. So that was wheat. So plan A is field 42 and 41. I don't think I've got 41 done yet. Of course, that's going to come up and save. And oh, that's right, wheat. Oh yeah, I do. So that's those two fields done. We will be moving on to 33, 32, and 17. But if we look at our thing for that, that's oats, and of course it is piercing it down with rain, and we can't do oats until it is 6 degrees out, and it's 4 right now. So we'll make the swap for that now. Squeeze... I was going to say squeeze out of here, but we can't yet. Spin around in here. How long will we be going? We'll be going 30 minutes. So we'll... What I will probably do, I'm going to literally full transparency here. I don't think it's a big secret. Some of you will probably be very surprised. This map is my favourite map that I've been playing for quite some time. Even over Shamrock. Which most people will probably, a lot of you, I say most, but a lot of you may go, you're wrong. I'm not. This is just my favourite map. I completely prefer this to Shamrock, and to be quite honest, I'm probably going to stop recording on this now, this video, and then move straight on to recording the other episode for this week, which will be Friday. I don't know why, but to me this is... He did such an amazing job on this map. I don't know if it's because it's brand new and Shamrock isn't. I truly don't know. But to me this is... I wouldn't say it's a better map. But for me personally, it is. I'm enjoying it more, and... Sometimes you get like that. Some maps you just connect with way more than other maps, and this is definitely one of them. So we'll probably call it quits here. We'll get everything sorted and stacked and see if I can figure out those friggin' bags and sell that. Hopefully I can do it there, and we'll just see. I'll ask for input on that on the stream, so we can get that all figured out. I know these bags have... What the hell's happened to that ratchet strap? Have become highly recommended by Rainbow Dave, actually, in the past. So... Yeah, they're all messed up. So, give them a crack and see what is what. And hopefully, we'll get a fast time going. And we'll be able to get our other crop in the ground and get that going. So, as we're on the cap here, I will bid you guys farewell. I need to get a thumbnail, actually. Do need to get a thumbnail. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow for Shamrock Valley. And like I say, I'm just going to go straight in and record this one and sort out my pause key. So that's irritating. Catch you guys later. See ya.